Hello, and welcome to the Healthy Life with Kimmy podcast, your go-to source for all things related to healthy living and well-being. I am your host, Kimmy Nunnally, and I'm so thrilled that you are on this journey with me. I am on a journey to a healthier and happier and more vibrant life. Also, please check out my YouTube channel, Healthy Life with Kimmy, where we have discussions, interviews, and practical tips. We also have the free email list so you never miss when I go live. I hope you enjoyed this episode and welcome again where fit is the new it. Hello, and welcome to Healthy Life with Kimmy. Well, hey guys, today I'm talking about WeightWatchers closing some locations. What are your thoughts on that? So they're going in a different direction, WeightWatchers for 2023. And my friend is also a member, as I've mentioned before in other videos. So I thought I would kind of tackle that really quick. They just announced it. So what does that look like? What's some pros and cons of WeightWatchers, making this decision? How does it affect us as members, So the first thing I want to talk about are some of the pros to having in-person studios, having those sessions. So in person, a lot of people just prefer face-to-face. It's more personable. You could actually buy your products there, appliances, your food scales, knives, whatever they sell, you can buy it right there. Having the smaller in-person sessions, a lot of people just like the ambiance of it. The studios are super clean. The parking is easy to navigate, right? So it's a lot of reasons why people like to go in person. They get used to the same coach over and over. So that's another reason, another pro. And I remember back in the day when I did attend in person, it was just it just felt like a camaraderie. You meet the same people usually every single time, so that's a few of the pros of going in person. Now let's talk about a few of the cons of them moving quite a few locations over to virtual only. So some people don't know how to work computers, quite frankly. Closing the in-person sessions and strictly making people go to virtual, a lot of people don't know how to use the computer. Then some of the locations that they're going to be using, based on some information I found, is they're going to be using hotels. They're going to be using VW halls, different places like that. Churches, VA halls, not VW, VA halls, like Veterans Administration buildings. Some church rooms, maybe like in the old days when they first started. Hotel rooms, you can just rent out a space there. So the reason some people may not like going to these type of locations is because it's just simply unfamiliar. You got to drive to a foreign place that you don't know. A lot of times parking at hotels and other places of this sort can be a little overwhelming. When you go to the studio, you can just run in. You don't have to park and navigate a whole parking deck sometimes. If it's at a hotel to one of the meetings, it's just it's just completely different. So that's why some people may not want to go to these different locations that WeightWatchers is talking about housing some of their meetings at now. And then we have to look at it from a business perspective for WeightWatchers. Why would they close the location? So not all locations are closing, let's be clear, but there will be a lot of changes coming. So you want to make sure if the studio that you're accustomed to going to is still open or not. So let's talk about why it's a good business decision for WeightWatchers, because at the end of the day, they're here to make money, right? So why is it a good business decision for them? Well, because most of the times nowadays, people, let's just be real, people are doing stuff online. We are so accustomed to doing Zoom meetings. Everyone's virtual, remote online working is very popular. A lot of us do know how to navigate the computer. So it's just cheaper if you don't have to rent a space. And sometimes they rent the space and maybe it's only 5 people there, depending on what location. Other locations will have more people. We know this. But sometimes it may be 5 people and just say they pay $15,000, for the rental for the year for that property. They could easily transition those few people online. So that would be one of the reasons why, financial. When it boils down to it, WeightWatchers is making a financial decision and it's just better for them to move probably most of their meetings to virtual. And we know Zoom is much cheaper than renting an office space where you have lights, gas, more. Now, I will go back to something else that my friend mentioned, because I asked her, I said, what's some of the benefits of going in person? Another one that she mentioned was having the same coaches, which I mentioned earlier, but knowing the same person. So one of the cons, though, when you go virtual, is you never know what coach you're going to get. And each coach does have their own personality. Now, I found that all the different coaches that I have had since I've been doing virtual meetings, I have enjoyed every single one of them. Their personalities all may be a little bit different, but they all motivate me to continue my journey and my path. So when you get down to it, I mean, you got to really see what's best for you. But am I not going to go to WeightWatchers because they don't have the in-person meetings? No, I'm going to still go. I am, and I encourage you to still go too. And then I personally like the Zoom meetings. Why? I don't have to get dressed. I don't have to cut my camera on. And that's another reason why people don't like the Zoom or virtual. You want to see who you're interacting with. Even the coaches will say, hey, can you put your camera on if you have on clothes? Even they want to see you. So that's the benefit of the in-person. That's a downside for virtual because a lot of times people don't put their cameras on and you don't feel a part of it. Even for the coaches, they're talking to a black screen when they rather see your face and see how you interact with everything, So Weight Watchers making this decision at the end of the day, guys, like I already said, is a business decision. Is it going to affect me from not doing Weight Watchers or influence me either way? Nope, because I'm going to still do it. And I do not mind the virtual meeting. So if you haven't tried a virtual meeting, it might be forced upon you. And that's the other piece of it. If you're not ready for that change, it's going to be hard, but don't let that stop you in your journey. Because again, the coaches online, in my experience, and I've visited morning, noon, or night, they are very friendly. Okay, so this is just my little 2 cents on Weight Watchers closing their locations. And I hope that this will help you some kind of way just to ease some of your pain, maybe alleviate some of your fears. So some of the pros to being virtual are access to meetings almost from 6 a.m. to almost midnight every day, 7 days a week. It is a pro. Sometimes they have different coaches. You can get different varieties of opinions. What do they think? What was their experience? So that could be a pro too. So some of the things that we think may be a negative may actually end up being a positive and vice versa. So be open to change. Again, it's coming whether we like it or not, but don't let that stop us from pursuing our healthier lifestyle journey. Well, until next time, guys, this is Healthy Life with Kimmy. Bye. I wish you much success. We thank you again for listening to today's episode of Healthy Life with Kimmy's podcast. We invite you also to join us over on our YouTube channel, again, Healthy Life with Kimmy. And don't forget to sign up for free emails where you, again, will receive tips, tricks, and always be notified when we are going live. Well, thank you again, and we wish you much success. Don't forget, fit is the new it.